This week's Off the Script is brought to you by WrestleRumble.com. WrestleRumble for the entirety of Wrestlemania season is holding a raffle in which you could win not only one, but two custom-made WWE Championship title belts. One will be one of your own choosing. The other one will be a classic old-school Winged Eagle WWF Championship title. The rules are simple. Go to WrestleRumble.com. One entry will cost you $10. Drawing ends on March 31st, and Wrestle Rumble will be using random.org to determine the winner. Once again, you guys have up until March 31st at 4:45 p.m., and the drawing will take place at 5 p.m. that very same day. Once again, that's WrestleRumble.com, and hopefully, one of you listening to Off the Script this month will be a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. You know, man, I really wonder what it feels like to actually be a part of WWE Creative. I really do. Working under Vince McMahon, knowing that I have a plethora of ideas that will probably never make television. My ideas being thrown at the wall, and they hit the wall, and they go right into the good old paper shredder. Imagine being a part of WWE Creative, and all of this news that comes out about a certain story or a storyline, and it receives nothing but negative attention. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like you want to do a better job next time? Are you genuinely upset that you haven't pleased the majority of the WWE audience? Everybody disliking WWE social media videos and blasting you with names left and right all over social media? Thumbs down on YouTube videos? Or is it the fact that you don't care and that Vince McMahon is paying you handsomely because of the Fox and NBC Universal Television deals, the fact that they're making $500 million from Saudi Arabia? Is that what it is? The fact that you turn the other cheek to everything that's happening, knowing it's wrong, but you still fuck everything up anyway. Purposely. Now, I mentioned yesterday in part one, we went over, class was in session on part one, believe me. We went over every possible scenario of WWE taking the title off of Asuka. This is the big story, man. It's not going away. It's not going away until WWE makes some sense of it. And as the hours go on, as we head into the go-home shows next week, more and more do I feel that WWE will not do anything at all to rectify this fucking blunder on Tuesday night. They need to fix this. This is not going away, and WWE needs to make sense of everything. Now, if you guys listened to part one yesterday, we went over the pros and cons of Charlotte becoming the SmackDown Live Women's Champion going into WrestleMania, ultimately taking that title to put it next to the Raw Women's title held by Ronda Rousey. Both women's titles are now in the main event. It does not make any sense at all, if WWE doesn't do this one thing. And the fact that we are talking about this one thing 2 weeks before WrestleMania is the portion of this entire problem that we really need to focus on. I mentioned this on Tuesday, and I mentioned this on Friday. The fact that Charlotte has won the SmackDown Live Women's title is done and over with. These are the cards that we have been dealt. I cannot do anything about it but try and make sense of it. You might not agree with the things that I say, but that also doesn't mean that what I'm saying is not correct. They need to do one thing here. This should have been done weeks ago. If this was the ultimate plan, it should have been done weeks ago and not randomly on a Tuesday morning when Vince McMahon decides to wake up and says, you know what? We're now going to do this 2 weeks before WrestleMania. If Charlotte is the SmackDown Live Women's Champion going into WrestleMania 35 in the main event, if that title is not put on the line next to the Raw Women's title in a winner-takes-all stipulation, then I don't know what else to tell you guys. Everything that happened with Asuka is going to be that much more magnified, and everybody on social media is not going to let this go. They're not going to let it go. Winner take all. And I mean genuine winner take all. What you want to do after that, I don't know. Come up with something that works. Come up with something that makes sense. If this match is not winner take all, Asuka was sacrificed for nothing. And I'm not talking about, well, if Becky wins and she pins Charlotte, she wins the SmackDown Live Women's title. No! That's not the whole premise of this match. Nothing will make sense if that happens. If Becky pins Ronda and wins the Raw Women's title, fine. But then you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck is Charlotte doing there with the SmackDown Live title? If Becky wins this match by pinning either Charlotte or Ronda, she gets both. Not because Becky pins Ronda, she is the Raw Women's Champion, or if Becky pins Charlotte, she's the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. You can't have it that way. You can't have it that way. Charlotte is there for a reason. Charlotte is there for a reason. Now, what if Charlotte pins Ronda Rousey? It's not out of the realm of possibility. What happens then? Charlotte will have both the SmackDown Live and the Women's title. So why would this ruling go into effect for one, or two rather, if Ronda pins Charlotte? She's the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. But this rule doesn't apply to Becky Lynch? It has to be winner take all. And the figurehead that is above everything here, that's in the discussion, is Asuka. She has nothing to do with the fucking match, but you took the title off her for a reason, so give me a reason as to why you did that. Noted in the Observer, in the newsletter, the theme tagline that they're considering for this match is winner take all. Considering? There's no more considering. None. You considered the title change on Tuesday weeks ago. And you made a last minute decision. You got no more weeks. You're considering it. It's the best option now to make sense of everything. Fucking do it. Fucking do it. This is not finalized, so it could take change before Raw on Monday. Also, the tagline that does not mean, the winner will take all. That does not mean that they will unify both titles, because that is not the plan, at least not for the long term. The idea to be is if Ronda Rousey or Charlotte loses, then the person who beats them gets their title. I don't understand that. That's not winner take all. That's not winner take all. Again, let me go over this again for the hard of hearing. If Becky pins Ronda, she's the Raw Women's Champion. If Becky pins Charlotte, she's the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. But nothing in this storyline here would point to that making sense. Okay? So the only one there that makes sense is Becky pinning Ronda. Then we still get SmackDown Live with their championship and it's not going anywhere. But Charlotte is going to be in there with really nothing to lose. She'll still walk out a champion. Meanwhile, everybody else is going to have titles taken away from them or opportunities taken away from them. Now, what if Charlotte pins Ronda? Again, that is not out of the realm of possibility. That's winner take all for Charlotte, but if Becky pins Ronda, she doesn't get both titles. So Charlotte can pin Ronda and she can get both titles. That's not winner take all. That's winner take all for some. It's not winner take all for everybody. Rousey is not advertised for any shows following the post-WrestleMania Raw, so it seems likely that she would lose her title, and it would make sense for Lynch to be the person to pin her anyway. That way, they could set up Lynch versus Flair in a singles match for a future pay-per-view, or next year's WrestleMania 36, with the storyline being that Lynch never pinned Flair. Now, it was reported yesterday as well that WWE has a long-term storyline right now that is going to go into WrestleMania 36. That could very well be it. I don't really understand why we have to wait a full year, if that is the case, for the logical reason why you took the title off of Asuka on Tuesday night. So if that is their long-term plan, we have to wait a fucking year to finally get Asuka and the sacrifice of her and her title reign to make fucking sense? For what? For what? Oh, that's right. Everybody wants the 4 horsewomen to hold championships up in the air. But what the fuck does Charlotte have to do with Becky Lynch right now when they're at each other's throats? Yeah, the visual of it will look good. Yes, the visual of it would actually play into the whole premise of the women's evolution because it was born with these 4. But underneath it all, is it going to make any fucking sense? No. Only for them to fight next year? So let me get the visual now and fuck Asuka over just for the visual, but we'll make sense of everything at WrestleMania 36 and we'll unify the titles then. No, you need to unify them now, whether it happens on the Raw after Mania or going into SummerSlam. You need to do it now. Now, these divisions right now are hemorrhaging. They are fucking dead. You cannot do this and wait any longer. And on top of that, why don't you fucking fix the men's tag team division too? Because it's in the same state as the women's division. Fucking ridiculous. Now, of course, Rousey is convinced to stay a little bit longer. Then that opens up the possibility for her to retain her title and drop it at a future date. Again, not out of the realm of possibility. If WWE wants Ronda, which I don't understand why this would be the payoff. Why you wouldn't do the payoff at WrestleMania, but you would save it for Money in the Bank pay-per-view? This is what WrestleMania is for. You pay off everything that happened in the entire year. Why are we needing to go into Mania only to continue the storyline after WrestleMania? We're here. This is the end of the road. All roads lead to WrestleMania. This is the end. There's no other place. You start fresh after this. I don't want to hear about Rousey keeping the title. That's not what I want. That's not what we want. That's not the payoff. Rousey winning the title, or winning the match and retaining the title, is not the payoff here. Whatever ends up happening, don't look for one woman to walk out with 2 titles, at least right now. Clearly, Meltzer is just giving you an option. Meltzer is stating what he is hearing right now. But obviously, you know, plans change in this company like this. I mean, the plans could be changed right now while I'm recording this. I don't fucking know. But all I know is their plan for a winner-take-all does not resemble a winner-take-all. It's winner-take-all for some, but not for all. You want to know how much WWE botched Asuka's title run? They didn't even give her side plates. They didn't even give her side plates until she lost the fucking title. This woman won the title back in December. This woman should have had side plates at the end of the fucking month. In December. WWE likes to put side plates on their titles to kind of go with whoever is holding the championship. WWE also sells the side plates for fans who love the replica titles. Asuka got her side plates, however, extremely late. Despite the fact that WWE handed the title to Asuka at TLC, she did not receive her official side plates in the WWE shop until days after dropping the title. May I ask why? Or is it that Asuka is not valuable to you, or you don't really give a shit about Asuka? WWE and their decision to give Asuka the title is becoming more and more clear by the day. They took Charlotte and Becky off SmackDown, and they, by their actions, said, you know what? We'll give it to Asuka because she's realistically the best option that we have on SmackDown Live, but we really don't like Asuka. So we'll give her the title to shut everybody up. And then we'll end up not doing anything with her anyway, because we don't care about Asuka. So it's like, they did it to pretty much shut everybody up, because everybody then was claiming that Asuka needs to be in the spotlight as well. Asuka deserves this. Asuka deserves to be standing next to Charlotte and Becky and Ronda. So they gave her the title and then opted to do nothing with that title reign. It's curious to know why WWE took so long to get this done. Then again, they really didn't treat Asuka's title run as anything special to begin with. It does still give fans an opportunity to collect her side plates so they can relive her title run if they want to. Why the fuck would you want to? It's almost as if it was non-existent. The SmackDown Live Women's title had absolutely nothing to do with anything following the Royal Rumble. Why would you want to relive something so botched in WWE history? I don't understand it. If Asuka is not, if Asuka's not going to be in the main event or at WrestleMania, period, and you did this on Tuesday night, you need to come up with an explanation as to why you did what you did. It's not going to go away. And this winner-take-all bullshit is something that needs to be squared away. There's a why. There's a why to everything. You need to give us, the fans, the why as to what happened. You cannot ignore this and overlook it. This is the most important question of any storyline. Why did he do this? Why did she do that? Why did this happen? Explanation is needed on Tuesday. If there's no explanation, if there's no stipulation added that it's a winner take all, meaning that anybody in that match could go for any title, everything is up for grabs. You need to give us the why. Otherwise, this is not going to be a complete fucking match. And you convoluted everything for the sake of Asuka without giving us an explanation as to why. On top of everything else that's been convoluted in this storyline, you go and do this, and you create the biggest fucking question mark out of everything. I could get past the fucking crutch. I could get past the fucking knee brace. I could get past the fact that Becky Lynch just miraculously was cured in 2 weeks. I could get past the fact that Vince McMahon chose Charlotte as the chosen one. I could get past the fact that they had Becky Lynch win the Royal Rumble only to take it away from her so that she fights Charlotte to get into the main event. I could take the fact that Becky Lynch was forced to apologize to WWE management only to be suspended again on top of the original suspension. I could take all of that. What I can't take is the fact that you took a championship off of someone who was perfectly fine to take a WrestleMania spot away from her, only to give it to Charlotte, included in this convoluted mess to make no fucking situation come out of it or give us the why as to why you did it. You need to explain it. If there's no explanation on Tuesday, man, I swear to fucking God, everybody in WWE creative should be fucking fired. Everybody. Or Vince McMahon admitted to a fucking mental asylum. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I'm tired of fucking complaining about the simplest fucking shit. How you do anything in life without asking yourself why. Why is this the right decision? Why should I do this? It applies to everything. It applies to this. Give me the why as to why Charlotte is in the main event with the fucking title that means nothing in the grand scheme of things. You better put that championship on the line. Otherwise, the fans are never going to let you fucking get past this situation. I'm telling you right now. This is Off the Script. I got much more to come right here on part 2 for Saturday. Don't go anywhere. We'll hit the intro and we'll be right back on Off the Script here for episode 267, part number 2.
5, delete! This is mine.
Alive with it. People still didn't. Good old Goldust is firing back at reports of his WWE contract status. We're going to talk about that today. Possible spoiler on Brock Lesnar and WrestleMania, his match outcome and future with WWE. Seth Rollins finally discusses his back issues. Will Daniel Cormier be at WrestleMania? The Undertaker's status for WrestleMania actually surprised many employees of WWE Creative. Why The Undertaker was at the Performance Center last week, and The Undertaker makes a rare social media post about his demise being over-exaggerated. We're going to go over this and everything else today, right here on the podcast. This is episode 267, part number 2 of Off the Script. Thank you guys so very much for joining me today. I needed to go over that again, man, because we reported something on Friday about Charlotte and Asuka, and then reports after that video went up came out stating that, well, it's not really going to be a winner-take-all, but it's going to be a winner, or some people in that match take a title here or a title there. It's not really going to be a genuine winner-take-all situation. So I had to discuss that again and stamp my fucking foot down about what they need to do to rectify Asuka and her losing the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. So I had to go over that, and I know you guys appreciate me staying on top of the news this week in WWE. Make sure you guys follow me on social media, man. JD from NY206 on both Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on both. Hit that subscribe button. Turn that bell on for all notifications. If you guys want to support the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Bonfire.com is the official home of JD's Elite. Link will be down in the description of this very video. Make sure you guys go and do that for me. I would really, really appreciate it. We are in phase 3, campaign 3 of the shirt. Well over 200 sold of this particular design, man. Thank you guys so very much for being a part of my Elite. Bonfire.com. Link is down in the description of this very video. Make sure you guys go and sign up for the newsletter, man. JDfromNY.com. Get the very latest from music reviews and music suggestions, beer reviews, obviously the videos that go up on the channel. Keep up to date on that. If you guys want recommendations for literally anything that I'm interested in, news on the channel, updates on the channel, news and updates on House of Glory. Obviously, we got the meet and greet coming up. You guys get a full-fledged newsletter detailing everything that's happening on the channel. JDfromNY.com. Go and sign up today. A newsletter will be out this week for WrestleMania's go-home shows. So make sure you guys go and sign up for that. If you missed this week's videos, man, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and we got Off the Script as well for Friday. Make sure you guys go and check all of that stuff out. Link will be in the annotation, that little eye that you see in the top right corner of your screen. Make sure you guys RSVP down below for the Hooters meet and greet, man. Hooters, the official Off the Script meet and greet from 1 to 4 p.m. That is Friday, April 5th, right across from Madison Square Garden, 155 West 33rd Street in New York City. We have over 100 people likely to show up. House of Glory management's going to be there. House of Glory wrestlers are going to be there. I got my boy Big Hodge. He's going to be there. Head of House of Glory production. He's going to be filming, and he's going to be taking questions and doing anything and everything to make this thing a big success, man. So I'm very fortunate that I have who I have on my side to make this a big deal, man. And shout out to the Hooters team that gave me the space to house you crazy fucking animals WrestleMania weekend, man. This is taking place right before NXT TakeOver New York. You guys, if you're attending TakeOver New York, where we are guaranteed a new NXT champion in either Johnny Gargano or Adam Cole, baby, you guys can actually get there in time. You got an Uber, Lyft, 4 or 5 train. You guys will be able to make it right over there at the Barclays Center. So come hang out, man, from 1 to 4 p.m. Friday, April 5th at Hooters of Manhattan. So it's going to be great. I can't wait to meet all you crazy fucks out there, man. It's going to be a damn good time. You guys know the deal about Harry's, man. Why Harry's? You know, we talked about why in the Asuka situation. If WWE doesn't give us the why as to why Charlotte is in the main event and doing nothing with the Women's Championship, why did you take it off Asuka? Then I'm going to be pissed. So when people ask me, well, JD, Why Harry's? I'll tell you why, man. Harry's is absolutely the best shave of my entire life. That's all I could tell you right there. End all be all. The best shave that I've ever had in my entire life. I love the closeness. I love the smooth, comfortable shave. The glide of the blade on my sensitive skin. I got very sensitive skin. Haven't cut myself at all with a Harry's product, ever. Harry's and their founders were tired of paying for razors that were overpriced and overdesigned. These other places, these other companies, they use gimmicks. Shitty gimmicks. Like vibrating heads, flex balls, handles that look like spaceships. Tactics and gimmicks that these leading brands in the market have used for decades to raise prices. Why Harry's? They fixed all that, man. Combining a simple, clean design with quality, durable blades at a fair price. Harry's actually also bought a world-class blade factory in Germany that's been making quality blades for over 95 years. And they've received over 20,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot and Google alone. Harry's replacement cartridges are just $2 each. That's half the price of a Gillette Fusion Pro Shield. All Harry's blades come with a 100% quality guarantee. If you don't love your shave, let them know and they'll give you a full refund. $13 value trial set comes with everything as follows. You're going to get a razor handle. That is any choice of color you choose, the orange, the evergreen, or the navy blue. 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and a trimmer blade. Rich lathering shave gel and a travel blade cover if you're a man on the go, a guy who travels for business, or if you just like to have it sit on your bathroom sink in your bathroom looking pretty. That's what I usually do with the travel blade cover, man. It looks great. Listeners of my show can redeem their trial set by going to harrys.com/script. Join the 10 million who have tried Harry's and claim your offer today. harrys.com/script, and let them know I sent you to help support Off the Script. Man, I want to shout out the guys over at WrestleCrate UK. They reached out to me on Twitter and asked if I wanted to do an unboxing on the podcast. I said, absolutely. Now, normally I deal with WrestleCrate USA, but this would be, I believe, the first time I unbox a WrestleCrate UK. I might have unboxed one before. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But I honestly think, and this is not a knock on the WrestleCrate US guys, I honestly think a lot of what I see from the UK box is so much better than what we get here in the US. So I jumped on that, and I definitely want to show you guys what is in the WrestleCrate UK box as we unbox it here on Off the Script, man. Right there, the website, wrestlecrate.co.uk. Go and get yours today. If you guys want to see the side of the box, you guys can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The same link for all three sites, WrestleCrate UK. Make sure you guys follow them on social media, man. Let's see what's in here. Let's see what's in here. I cut the tape open. What do we got here? What do we got here? More DVDs I'm not going to watch, man. Come on. Got a black t-shirt. Black and yellow are some of my favorite color combinations, man. What do we got? Oh, my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? I couldn't stand to see him on Monday Night Raw. Now I got to wear him around the house? Oh, my God. Jeff Jarrett. Go fuck yourself, man. Jeff Jarrett. What is this? Heavy Crate Champions. I don't know what this is. Or what's in here. What is this, man? Robbie Eagles? It looks like it's Robbie Eagles, bro. Oh, who is this? I don't know. Who is this? Is it, no, it's Travis Banks. I thought it was Robbie Eagles, man. I'm getting excited for fucking House of Glory. Travis Banks right there. Little figure. I'll probably put him on the desk next to fucking Colt Cabana. Ooh, what do we got here? I like keychains. I got too many fucking things on my keychains already as it is. What is this? Dallas. What the hell is this? Home of... I don't know what this says. The lighting in here is fucking terrible. Keychain. There you go. Do they got a cheat sheet? I'm sure I'll look it up on the cheat sheet. I got glasses. Oh my God. Hollywood for life. Look, I got Hulk Hogan glasses. Yeah. Look at me. Hollywood for life, bro. Flip Gordon sticker. We got a London, Canadian, and USA classic matches from October 2018. Looks like it's an all-women's DVD. That's great. That's great. What do we got here? Oh, my God. Calling Spots. Wrestling Fans Magazine, man. The man. Becky Lynch is on there. What else we got? Turnbuckle TV in partnership with all these different promotions. Get your first month access for free. Turnbuckle TV. It's a WrestleCrate exclusive. Ooh, this is the best thing in here, man. These two things are the best things in here, man. This made the whole fucking crate right here. It's made the whole crate right here, man. These are going right up on the wall. I want to thank the WrestleCrate UK guys, man. This is awesome. I love this. We got one of Edge signed. I love that. That's going right up on the wall, man. I gotta go to my local frame shop and get a frame for that. And we got Adam Page, man. Hangman Page. That is fucking beast right there. That is great. I need to fill some more wall space in my office, man. That's great. Those are going right up on the wall, man. That made the whole fucking thing for me right there. WrestleCrate.co.uk. Make sure you guys go and check them out and follow them on social media. The coupon code should still be active. JD from NY. I believe if you guys enter that coupon code in, you save 20% off your first subscription, man. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to the guys over at WrestleCrate UK, man. That was awesome. Let's get into the news, man. We got plenty to go over, and I want to start with Goldust. 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 You'll never see me do that again. Jesus Christ, I don't even know why the hell I did that. Goldust. You know, Goldust was great. Back when we first seen him, man, he was risque. It was different. That Intercontinental title was made for someone like Goldust. I love the character. I really did, man. With Marlena, it was great. And it fit that whole, like, changing of the Attitude Era, you know, going into the Attitude Era. That was a great character that just fit into that mold, you know? Now, it was previously reported on Thursday afternoon that Goldust's WWE contract has expired and he's under a 90-day no-compete clause. It fell in line with the idea that he would be a free agent on, sometime in May. No dates to be exact. He would be a free agent in May to do something at Double or Nothing. But apparently that is not the case, according to Mr. Dustin Runnels himself. Goldust took to social media to refute this report that he was not shy about what he was saying either. He says, PSA, listen up. I am still under contract with @WWE, and everything that is being said online is just talk and complete bullshit. This is exactly why I hate smart marks. End quote. So there you go. I don't know why he is keeping anything a secret, as if Goldust has a prominent role on WWE television. They couldn't give a shit if you go or stay at all. I didn't even realize that he was still employed. And the whole smart marks deal. Like, I don't understand why you have to disrespect the fucking fans that are genuinely concerned about your whereabouts and excited to see you at Double or Nothing. Meanwhile, he'll probably end up in AEW with his brother doing something, the land of the smart marks. So you're going to call everybody a smart mark because they're wondering about where you're going and what you're doing, and meanwhile you're just going to go right over to AEW that caters to the smart marks. I don't understand it. Like, what is the difference? What are you hiding? What is the difference if you're with WWE or you're not with WWE? Everybody else is waiting for their contracts to up so that they can go to AEW. Why are you not in that boat? Who the fuck has any equity in Goldust in 2019? It'll be funny if Dustin Runnels actually ends up being Cody's opponent at Double or Nothing. He mentioned something, I believe, on one of the videos, or one of the, I don't know if it was being the Elite or the Road to Double or Nothing, that his opponent is someone that he has a great history with and unfinished business with. I don't know what that could mean. Could mean Dustin Runnels. Could mean that he's going to Double or Nothing in Vegas, and we'll see that match happen on May 25th. But I don't understand why Goldust needs to fire back at reports. Like, these people are only doing their job. They're worried about, you, and they have you in mind, and they're excited about where you're going. And then, oh yeah, I'm still with the WWE. Don't believe the bullshit online from the smart marks. Yeah, great. Great. That's a great way to show respect for the people that actually still give a shit about your fucking career. Possible spoiler on Brock Lesnar, his WrestleMania match outcome, and future with WWE. Now, we all know Brock Lesnar is making a ton of money, showing up to WWE on a very limited basis, and plug a fight that is usually over relatively very quickly. Usually over. Within, I would say, anywhere between the 4-minute to the 8-minute mark is what a Brock Lesnar match usually goes with. Or that's the time limit for a Brock Lesnar match. Now, there's a great gig for him in UFC if he wants it. I'm sure Dana White would love to have him. He's making a ton of money in the WWE doing the wrestling thing. So I don't know why he would want to go to the UFC unless he really, really legitimately wants to have just a final run there and try to go for the UFC championship and, kind of square away some business, because his business got stopped by him getting nailed with a drug violation. And maybe he wants to kind of rectify everything, which is admirable of Brock Lesnar, but he doesn't need to do it. It's something that I'm sure he wants to do, but he doesn't need to do it because Vince McMahon is going to overpay for his services regardless. You never know what could happen in the WWE, especially with WrestleMania coming up. This is usually the time where everything is kept hush-hush on Brock Lesnar. Brad Shepard revealed on the Oh You Didn't Know podcast that his sources in the WWE have told him that Brock Lesnar could also provide a bit of a WrestleMania spoiler. Now, he says, and I quote, "I was told not to bank on Lesnar leaving the WWE. His contract is up shortly thereafter WrestleMania. I was also told not to bank on Lesnar losing the title to Seth Rollins." End quote. I'm going with Lesnar. I know I'm going with Lesnar in retaining that Universal Championship just because we have a Saudi Arabian show on May 3rd. That's what I'm going with. Or was it May 3rd? I believe it's May 3rd. May 3rd. You never know what Brock Lesnar is going to do, but he is all about the money anyway. Therefore, another Saudi show is coming up next month. He might stick around or even longer or sign another deal. Now, Lesnar is not featured in SummerSlam promotional material either for WWE. They sent that out a couple of weeks ago. WWE could always alter that once they get closer to the show, but this is just playing into the fact that everything to do with Brock Lesnar is right now behind the fucking curtain. Nobody knows except Vince and Paul Heyman and Triple H and Stephanie. That's it. And I don't know why WWE continues to do the same thing with Brock Lesnar. We are well past this. Like, I don't even give a shit about Lesnar's match at WrestleMania. It's just one of those things that's just there, and I have zero interest. I'm invested in literally nothing that they're doing at WrestleMania. I was, and then WWE dropped the ball, and now I couldn't give a shit about what Lesnar and Seth Rollins do. Now, Brad Shepard actually also mentioned on the Oh You Didn't Know podcast that Brock Lesnar is expected to stick around after WrestleMania, and he very well could retain the Universal title at the show of shows. He also explained some of the lengths that the company is going to take to make sure that even employees are kept in the dark about Brock Lesnar. It was reported that WWE employees who used to receive a notice about Brock Lesnar's upcoming schedule are not being given that information anymore. Why? Unless you have something fucked up planned at WrestleMania. Everybody, it's the same thing with Roman. They're doing the same thing with Seth. Everybody expected Roman to walk out of WrestleMania in New Orleans with the fucking title. He didn't do it. And Rollins, everybody's expecting Rollins to walk out of MetLife Stadium with the title, and he's not gonna do it. I would be fucking floored. I would be shocked if Seth Rollins wins the Universal Championship. Now, it was reported that WWE employees who used to receive a notice are not receiving this notice. It looks like Lesnar's right now, or Lesnar's status, is on a need-to-know basis. Who needs to know anything in that company outside of Vince McMahon? It's been like that forever. The fact that WWE is being so elusive with Brock Lesnar's future with the company could very well indicate that there is no real intention of him going anywhere. He could very likely keep working an extremely profitable part-time schedule with the company, but the WWE is only releasing the information as it's made known to everyone else. I don't think people give a shit. It's just going to drive people away further from the product. If Lesnar is still your Universal Champion coming out of WrestleMania, I'm not going to be surprised, but it's not going to make many people very happy because they're all wanting the title back on a full-time guy on the show. The WWE has had a Monday Night Raw program that has no championships for anyone to fight over. The Universal Championship is not defended on weekly television. The Intercontinental title has been fucking just absolutely shit on to a point where even if they do put that championship on the line or in the main event spot like it should be in the absence of the Universal Championship, it means nothing. It means nothing. This was WWE's opportunity all these months to get the IC title up to where it needs to be. And they still haven't done it. There's no interest in doing it, and it's never going to happen. And WWE will continue doing the same fucking thing over and over again because someone in that company thinks Brock Lesnar is a fucking draw. He's not a ratings draw anymore. He's not really a box office draw. You couldn't even sell out the fucking Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar on the card. And that included 2 Rumble matches. So what difference does it make if Lesnar doesn't have the championship? Get the fucking title on somebody on that show. You don't know how great it would be to see a Universal title match on Monday Night Raw. The title is losing value the more it's on Brock Lesnar. It's not like it was when he was the WWE champion. That was different. The fact that WWE right now has Monday Night Raw in the fucking shithole without a championship, it's devaluing that fucking title even more so the longer it's on Brock Lesnar. And I don't even think Rollins is the guy. He may be the guy in Saudi Arabia, but I don't think Rollins is legitimately going to be looked at as the guy. I would not be shocked if they save Lesnar for Reigns again, and we do this all over again. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Everything's got to be a fucking secret. Who gives a shit? It's Brock Lesnar. His mystique has fucking dwindled. Dwindled to nothing. You're keeping a secret from people who don't give a shit. Tell us what's going on and get the fucking title back on Raw. Remember when Seth Rollins was blasting people on social media about, well, you know, don't believe everything you see or read on social media. AJ Styles did the same thing. People were saying that AJ Styles had a hernia. Don't believe these reports. Now Seth Rollins finally addresses the issue of his back, which was reported back then, which he claimed were false. I don't understand. If something about you is off and people report about it and it's true, why are you so quick to judge and hide information from people? I don't understand it. Is it because that he doesn't want his spot in the WWE to be taken by somebody else, or he doesn't want to move down a step or two? This is WrestleMania season. You ain't going anywhere. You won the Royal Rumble. I'm sure they're not going to change the fucking match after all the fucking hype and build they've done. He finally addresses his back issues. While speaking to Sporting News, Rollins admitted his back was an issue. He says it was lingering, but he can compete. Now we will just have to see what WWE does to let him rest up, because he's bound to take a beating at WrestleMania from Brock Lesnar. He says this, and I quote, "Yeah, I did have a lingering back issue that I was dealing with, but at the end of the day, I am able to compete. I've been cleared by our doctors. I have to take a few weeks to rest, but it looks like I'll be fine moving forward. I feel good. I've ramped up training in the gym and at my school, Black and Brave Wrestling Academy. I feel really good. I feel healthy and hopeful. I'll be able to pick that guy up and throw him around a little bit so I'm not the only one who's going to get tossed around. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure." The one thing I really am intrigued about is not the storyline that they're telling with Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. It's how are they going to top what he's done with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. That's what I'm looking for. Even Finn Balor's match was great. I love when Lesnar's against the smaller guy. I think the story is there. It's a better story to tell. So I'm wondering what WWE does, what Paul Heyman does, and what Brock Lesnar does, and Seth Rollins, what they come up with to make that match stand out and be different from everything else that we've seen with the smaller competitor in the ring with Brock Lesnar. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to most. So we'll see what happens with that. But Rollins has back issues. They're lingering. He should be fine. He feels good for WrestleMania. Daniel Cormier's status for WrestleMania. Now, I didn't even know this was a thing, but it's being reported. Brad Shepard mentioned on the Oh You Didn't Know podcast that if they are even aware that Cormier said this, WWE is not currently considering taking him up on an offer to appear on the show. Because he did mention, meaning WWE is going to take him up on this, that he stated, I believe, I don't know where he stated it, but he was teasing showing up at WrestleMania and costing Brock Lesnar his Universal Championship. Now, we all know that Daniel Cormier is a big wrestling fan. He loves Seth Rollins. So I'm thinking he was just joking around on social media because he's excited for the event. But he's also playing into the fact that he wants Brock Lesnar in a octagon as well. So I would not even look at this and see it for the first time and take this to be a credible thing. So I honestly think it's just a wrestling fan who's excited about the WrestleMania show, who also wants the guy who's in the Universal Championship match to fight him at an upcoming UFC event. So Brad Shepard says this, and I quote, "There's been no talk of Daniel Cormier showing up at this point, despite the tease online." Now, it's also been reported that Daniel Cormier did talk about working for WWE after he retires from the UFC as an analyst on their move to Fox when Fox gets SmackDown Live. Fox also, it's reported that they want Daniel Cormier to be a part of SmackDown Live, does Fox. So that might be a better fit, seeing how he wants to get into broadcasting. You never know if Vince McMahon could offer him a ton of money to work a match, but obviously nothing is going to come of that. And if DC does come into the WWE, it's going to be as an analyst or a broadcaster for sure. I don't know why anybody took that to be serious. Obviously, a UFC champion is not going to be on the WrestleMania card and interject himself in a major championship match. I just don't see that happening. So we'll see what happens. Same deal with Conor McGregor. He, quote-unquote, retired. Apparently he has a pending lawsuit over in Ireland, over in Europe somewhere. So the reason why he's quitting is to probably square that away. I don't see Conor McGregor. He could quit if he wanted to, but I just don't see him quitting the UFC. And people are already claiming that he's going to be at WrestleMania. I doubt that as well. Now, would I like to see Conor McGregor at a WrestleMania in a future setting? Of course. I think that would be great. He's perfectly molded for WWE. I would love to see that character brought to life on WWE television. I think he's hilarious. I honestly think he's hilarious. But we'll see what happens. I don't think anything as far as UFC and WWE mixing it up at WrestleMania is going to be a thing. Clearly, everybody is just in the spirit of WrestleMania. Speaking of the spirit of WrestleMania, you can't talk about WrestleMania without talking about The Undertaker. The Undertaker's WrestleMania status surprised many WWE employees. Now, The Undertaker just celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday to the dead man. I believe he turned 52, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really sure on that, but happy birthday to him regardless. Fans had hoped that The Undertaker would be able to make WrestleMania or some type of appearance. He's expected to be performing the next time for WWE as they go to Saudi Arabia in May. Now, Brad Shepard of the Oh You Didn't Know podcast mentioned that WWE is not holding out hope on The Undertaker working WrestleMania, which is actually a shock for some people in the company. He says, and I quote, "WWE is now operating as if The Undertaker will not be at WrestleMania, which is a big surprise to people internally. They did expect that he would probably at least appear. They would work it out. Doesn't look like that's going to happen now, at least as of right now. They are planning and operating as if he won't be there. So this is very interesting. In fact, I honestly do think The Undertaker is going to be at WrestleMania, but not in a wrestling capacity. I just have this weird feeling that literally every legend that you could imagine is going to interject themselves in an Elias musical performance. You know, obviously WWE's had this running gag forever that Elias plays and someone interrupts him, no matter who it is. I could honestly envision something along the lines of Elias being interrupted by literally everybody. Whether it happens over the course of the 8 hours, he does one and then someone interrupts him. He does another and then another guy interrupts him, leading up to the big one where he finally thinks he's going to play and then boom. Someone like The Rock comes out and interjects himself and interrupts Elias. Or it could be one of those deals where, Elias is doing a musical segment. He's going to have a rock concert at WrestleMania in front of 75,000 people at MetLife. And in one shot, you get The Undertaker and John Cena and then The Rock to come on out and share a moment in the ring with Elias as they're beating him up. You got The Rock giving him a rock bottom. You got The Undertaker giving him a tombstone. And then you got John Cena giving him a attitude adjustment or a five-knuckle shuffle. Or worse yet, the fucking lightning punch. One of the worst finishes in wrestling history. I could definitely see The Undertaker at WrestleMania in that capacity. But he's not going to be wrestling at all. There were rumors about The Undertaker fighting Finn Balor as the Demon. Now, that could still be on the table. They might actually set that up for next year, if that's something that The Undertaker wants to do. Because I know from my sources, people that I know who know people internally, and yes, I have people who know people, clowns, that The Undertaker has already signed off on a future match with Finn Balor as the Demon. He is okay with a Finn Balor match. I thought that was going to happen this year, seeing what Finn Balor did with Lesnar. I thought WWE was going to give Finn Balor a nice WrestleMania match to kind of build off that momentum coming out of that great match with Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, but that was not the case. Now, The Undertaker has the ability to pick and choose the dates he wants. He says he wants to work a smarter schedule in 2019, and opting out of WrestleMania so he can wrestle in the Saudi show next month might be part of his strategy. Dave Meltzer actually addressed The Undertaker's decision to work the Saudi Arabian show and not WrestleMania during Wrestling Observer Radio. The Undertaker said he wanted to work a smarter schedule this year, and he says, and I quote, he's going to be wrestling in Saudi Arabia this year. He's coming back. I guess that money was just too big to turn down, and I get it. That's clearly why. I don't know what the WWE was offering The Undertaker to show up at WrestleMania and wrestle. It might not have been to his liking, but the WWE, I know, is paying The Undertaker a cool $1 million to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't know what The Undertaker's deal for WrestleMania would have been, but clearly, obviously, that is definitely a part of what he's thinking. He wants to wrestle a smarter schedule. Instead of breaking his body down for a meaningless match with no build at WrestleMania, he wants to be smart about it. He wants to have something going into Saudi Arabia. They're going to pay him handsomely to be there, and it works out for him. So clearly, you see where WWE finds The Undertaker to be most valuable at Saudi Arabia because they got that 8-year contract looming and they need to put on the best show possible for the people over there in Saudi Arabia. He's coming back. That's why he's doing everything he can and everything that he's doing right now, and God bless him. He's really worked hard for decades to build a name, and he kept his mystique, which is pretty hard to do in this business, but he is coming back. Now, The Undertaker was at the Performance Center last week, and a lot of people were questioning why he was there. Was he training for an in-ring return? Is he definitely slated to be at WrestleMania? Is he coming back? Does this have anything to do with an in-ring return? Now, the reason why The Undertaker was at the Performance Center, which we discussed last week on Off the Script, he was there with Michelle McCool. It was not for him to train or get back into ring shape. It was for the benefit of those future superstars currently training at the facility. Wrestling Observer Newsletter reports that The Undertaker and his wife, Michelle McCool, were both at the PC in order to teach the students at the Performance Center and everybody who right now is on NXT. So, man, what a week that was with The Undertaker being there, man. Can you imagine training with Shawn Michaels down there, Triple H is down there, William Regal, you got the fucking Undertaker down there. Man, I hope that anybody that was there that was just fortunate enough to learn and hear from The Undertaker and all the fucking knowledge that this man has over the course of his career. The knowledge that was being given out that week is something that you will never, ever experience ever again, man. I can imagine what the people down at the PC and all those young stars in NXT were thinking when The Undertaker walked in and he was teaching them what he's learned over fucking 30 years. That's got to be fucking unbelievable, man. Speaking of The Undertaker, man, finally, The Undertaker makes a rare social media post about his status. Now, in a rare social media post, The Undertaker wanted to let fans know that he's made some serious lifestyle changes to offset the damage done to his body over the years. If you guys are not following The Undertaker on Instagram, please do so. The man has an Instagram page. The man has an official Twitter page as well. Follow him. Undertaker wrote on Instagram, and I quote, "The reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. I've made some serious lifestyle changes in an attempt to offset the years of physical abuse my body has endured. One of the major changes was losing 25 pounds. Goal reached. I wanted to thank At Nutrition Solutions for my meal prep. I really appreciate the help getting my diet dialed in. I ain't done yet. Never stop working. Hashtag rents due. Hashtag rest in peace. Hashtag goals. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag Death Valley. Hashtag good food. Hashtag make it happen." So The Undertaker is not dead yet, folks. He's not going away. Undertaker looks great in this photo. I don't have it here to queue up for you guys. He looks great. Now, The Undertaker is not currently scheduled for WrestleMania, but The Observer mentioned that he will be definitely performing at the Saudi Arabian show. Also, if you guys are going to be at StarCast, Taker will be there at StarCast 2, Double or Nothing weekend, doing Dead Man Talking, I believe, with, I don't know if it's with Conrad Thompson or if he's just going to be doing signings, autographs, and pictures. I don't know, but he will be there at StarCast if you guys want the opportunity to meet The Undertaker, which right now is a rarity. I don't even know if I'm going to Double or Nothing yet, man. I want to be in Vegas, and this is the first time I'm going to talk about this here. I know Conrad just reached out to me this week about wanting to do something at StarCast. Not with him. I'd be so lucky. But I think Conrad is giving me a time slot on the podcast movement stage at StarCast. So I got an hour block to do Off the Script live there at StarCast. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the offer yet. But I do know that there's going to be a lot of people out there. Maybe I could get some guests on the show. Maybe it'll be a one-time thing where I could get fucking maybe a Sean Ross Sapp on Off the Script. Or I could get a Ticket Drew on Off the Script. Or maybe Brian Zane lives out in Las Vegas. Maybe I get a Brian Zane on Off the Script and we bullshit wrestling for an hour. I don't know. I would like to make Off the Script special there. So I want to see what I could do and maybe conjure up a plan and really just make a big thing about it at StarCast. I'll let you guys know, man. But Conrad did reach out to me about doing something out there for StarCast. So I got to come up with something and really make it special if I am going to fly out there. And obviously, if I'm out there, I'll do a meet and greet for you guys as well. And that would be cool. Meet and greet on the Vegas Strip. Drinking some fucking cold Guinness. I love that, man. That sounds good to me. Current plan for John Cena at WrestleMania. Now, I'm predicting that John Cena is not going to be Kurt Angle's opponent. And we'll talk about that in a second. But John Cena more than likely will be interrupting Elias. That is my prediction for WrestleMania. John Cena is expected to be at WrestleMania, but he hasn't been around to get in the mix for storylines. Cena's been filming a movie in Canada, but he's not done shooting it until April 1st. He could pop up wherever he wants, and we still wouldn't see him. Ha 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 ha. However, Cena might just have a WrestleMania match in store for him, according to Brad Shepard of the Oh You Didn't Know podcast. WWE, he says, are considering having John Cena interrupt Elias at WrestleMania. Now, I don't know if that means John Cena is going to interrupt Elias, which means we get an impromptu match, or John Cena is going to interrupt Elias, just like The Undertaker could interrupt Elias, which was mentioned. Elias did mention in a radio interview that he wants The Undertaker at WrestleMania. WWE could clearly play up that fact. Got to be a reason why Elias mentioned that live on air. And everybody's been talking about for years. It's been going on for 2 years now that Elias could be interrupted for his performance at WrestleMania by Dwayne Johnson. The Rock probably could make WrestleMania if WWE wanted him to make WrestleMania. He could probably fit it in his schedule to do something for the night in a non-wrestling role, but we'll see what happens, man. That's been talked about for many, many, many months, having The Rock come out and interrupt Elias, or having The Rock and Elias do a Rock concert, and then he gets a rock bottom at the end. I don't know. Either way, I think Elias is going to have something really cool for himself at WrestleMania. We just don't know what yet, but the current plan right now is for John Cena to interrupt Elias. I don't know if it's going to be a match, or if it's going to be part of a grander scheme to get everybody else involved to interrupt Elias as well. We're going to continue on with the news right here on Off the Script, man. I want to mention Audible. Audible is sponsoring the podcast, as always. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Why is it important? Because I'll tell you why, man. I got to give you the why on everything. Why Audible? Well, Audible is an audiobook service which is being used by millions of people around the world, just like you listening to this podcast, whether you're listening to it on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes or Podbean or Stitcher. You guys are listening to this podcast. Podcasts and audiobooks are the way to keep people entertained, whether you're on the go, whether you're on the go to work, whether you're coming home from work, whether you're at lunch at work and you don't want to deal with your shitty coworkers. Or if you guys are just doing regular shit around the house, like cleaning the dishes and doing some errands around the house, right? Audiobooks and podcasts are what people are listening to keep themselves entertained, man. Audible wants to give you a free trial of their service for 30 days. You guys have to use the link, though. audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're going to get 30 days of their service and one free audiobook of your choice. You got 200,000 choices to choose from, a lot of which are wrestling related, just like you see there. So if you guys find any interest in that, audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're helping the show by listening to the show. And here's the best part about it, man. You guys get your audiobook. You get 30 days free of Audible. And if you don't like Audible service, you guys can cancel within the 30 days and keep your audiobook for free. You can cancel within that 30-day time frame. So audibletrial.com/offthescript. Support the show by just merely listening. Get your free audiobook. Get your 30 days of Audible right now at audibletrial.com/offthescript. You know, the more and more I see this Kurt Angle nonsense, I genuinely get sad. I do. I feel so bad for the guy. His retirement tour is absolutely a joke, and WWE is treating it as a joke. Imagine Kurt Angle. Imagine being Kurt Angle. Imagine being Kurt Angle. Hey, honey. How about we take the kids out? The 6 or 7 or 8 of them. How many we got? I don't even know. I'm just spreading my seed all over the place. Why don't we take the fucking family out to Golden Corral? Oh, but I don't like the buffets. Get in the fucking car. Or I'll give you the fucking Angle Slam later. Takes the family on a family outing. Golden Corral is where they go. Imagine being Kurt Angle at the buffet, and he sees all these different options, right? You got a nice salad, a nice romaine salad. You got like 16 dressings. They got balsamic, they got a creamy Italian, they got a fucking Russian, they got a ranch, and whatever else you guys like. An apple cider vinaigrette, whatever. They got it all. Imagine all the choices you got. You're walking down the line, you grab a salad. Oh, honey, look, they got that pasta salad that you like. Look, honey, they got a nice macaroni salad. They got a potato salad. Then you get into the entrees, right? They got a nice chicken leg, chicken thigh, chicken breast, whatever fucking part of the chicken you like. They got a nice fucking filet mignon, nice cut up steak, juicy, steaming, piping hot. Mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. They got everything, man. They got literally everything. Everything. They got some fucking nice Swedish meatballs. They got Italian meatballs. They got linguine. They got rigatoni. They even got some fucking ziti for the Italians out there. All these different options, man. They even have fucking pot stickers. Look, honey. They got the Chinese pot stickers. They got chicken and pork. And they got vegetable rolls. They got some fried rice, chicken or beef. They got it all. You could go with any option, and your stomach will thank you later. So will your toilet. Imagine having the option to choose whatever you want. And then you get to dessert. Hey, Golden Corral employee, where's the ice cream at? Where's the dessert at? Oh, well, actually, no, let me do it. Well, we don't have dessert here, man. We don't have dessert here. We have to give you the dessert that we have to give you. It's not on the menu, but we give you what we feel like giving you. What do you mean? What do you mean? I have a certain something in mind. I want a fucking cheesecake. You got cheesecake? No, man, we don't have any cheesecake, man. That's very bad for you. And we don't need Kurt Angle having clogged arteries over that Philadelphia cream cheese. And fuck Philadelphia because they didn't like Roman Reigns. Well, I want cheesecake. You got any type of pie? What about a pumpkin pie? Apple pie? Blueberry pie? What do you got? Oh, we don't have any pies, man. We don't have anybody in the kitchen too skilled to bake you some pies. And the only thing that we have is ice cream. Ice cream, all right. I like a mint chocolate chip or a chocolate chip cookie dough. You got ice cream, I'll take some of those. Look at all the options you had for the buffet. Chocolate chip cookie dough, maybe a Rocky Road? Something with some fucking crunch to it? No, man, we only got vanilla. And that's all we got. All right, what vanilla? Can I get some sprinkles? Can I get some hot fudge? What do you got on? I can't just take plain vanilla ice cream. You gotta put some hot fudge on there for me. Some sprinkles, maybe some fucking, some cookie chips or something. Whatever you got. Fancy it up. Attract me. No, man, we can only give you one scoop of vanilla ice cream, and that's all we can afford to give you, man. And then here's your check. Imagine that. Imagine you go to the buffet and they restrict you on what you want as far as food items go. Imagine being Kurt Angle, having anything you want at the buffet, but when you want dessert for you and your fucking 16 kids, the only thing that they got is plain vanilla ice cream with no fucking toppings. With no toppings. WWE is letting Kurt Angle pick all of his WrestleMania opponents except for his WrestleMania opponent. This is the Kurt Angle buffet. This is the Kurt Angle buffet. You can have whomever you want, but you can't get dessert at WrestleMania. Dave Meltzer noted on the Wrestling Observer podcast, or Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, whatever, that WWE picked Kurt Angle's actual WrestleMania opponent. However, they are letting him decide who he faces in the weeks leading to his final contest. Imagine that. The deal is that Kurt actually is legitimately able to ask for his final opponents, but even though the gimmick was that he asked for his final opponent, that was the one that he couldn't ask for, and that's what he got. The rest of these are actually matches that he's been asking for, so they gave him that way. They gave it to him that way so that we can get Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles and whomever else he wants to choose on his way to Baron Corbin. Imagine being, I don't know, just think of it as a video game. Imagine thinking in the logic of this being a video game. Imagine Kurt Angle. You chose Kurt Angle in Street Fighter, right? And you're going to go through all these guys. Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles, right? All these tough guys. And you get to the final boss, and it's Baron fucking Corbin. That's going to ruin the entire experience of the fucking game, man. This is the end result. What a lackluster fucking ending, man. The beginning of the game was good, but what type of fucking ending is this, man? It's like you got lazy in the development process. So, Angle deserves to pick his opponents, and he deserves to pick his final opponent. He loves working with certain people, and WWE is affording him the opportunity to do so. They just don't want him picking the WrestleMania opponent, which is why we're getting Baron Corbin. So enjoy Kurt Angle's matches now, because they're more than likely going to be better than his WrestleMania match on Sunday, April 7th. Can you imagine that? WWE is treating Kurt Angle's farewell tour and retirement match at WrestleMania like a fucking restrictive buffet. That is fucking god-awful. What an embarrassment. A true fucking embarrassment, this WWE, man. And you know what? I honestly think that all the hatred of the Baron Corbin announcement has subsided. And even if they do give us John Cena, who gives a shit? The official announcement, the first announcement in which he said, I'm going to fight Baron Corbin because I can't sleep at night. I can't go away knowing that this man's ruined my life. You wasted all that fucking excitement and breath on Baron Corbin. So now when we get John Cena, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Unbelievable. Why AJ Styles and Kurt Angle was so short on SmackDown Live. Meltzer also discussed this on the Observer Live. Said that his SmackDown Live match with AJ Styles was rushed is because Angle can't do much more than what he's done already in the ring. Wow, Meltzer, what a fucking obvious observation you got there. What a journalistic background you got there, man. Angle and his match with AJ Styles was rushed because Angle can't do much more than what he did in that match. Now we know why we're getting Baron Corbin, because Baron Corbin can't do much more than a fucking 50-year-old Kurt Angle either. Says, and I quote, I'm not sure he's feeling good. I'm sure that's part of the reason. You know, it really has been a huge mistake for Kurt to be doing these TV matches, because I think that the interest in his retirement match has gone away. It's gone way, way down every time you see him. And it's just like, it's not a good feeling. End quote. Kurt Angle's body is breaking down, which is why he has to retire. He will get his matches on television in the meantime, which he handpicked, like I just previously mentioned. So you know that he will be wrestling in them all if he's handpicking them. Or has the ability to handpick them thanks to WWE. Thank you so kindly, Vince McMahon. Fuck you, though. Angle is slated to face Rey Mysterio on Raw next week, which should be fun, I guess, to see them in the ring again. His match was promoted as his final match on SmackDown Live with AJ Styles, but you never know if he could show up on SmackDown Live next week and maybe get one more televised match as well. I mean, who the fuck else is there on SmackDown Live that we want to see him wrestle? They gave him 3 minutes against AJ Styles. Of all the fucking people, you gave him 3 minutes against AJ Styles? So why would you want to see him in the ring with anybody else? I'm done. Keep him off TV until WrestleMania, where he eventually just slays Baron Corbin, and then goodbye. Goodbye. No more Baron Corbin and no more fucking Kurt Angle nonsense and no more Kurt Angle on television. WWE, speaking of SmackDown Live, they've changed Mustafa Ali's name. I still don't know why. Now he will be simply known as Ali. Imagine Greg Hamilton announcing, and his opponent, wherever he's from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 198 pounds, Ali! Ali who? Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali? Who is he? Ali? Who is he? Ali! I could go down to the fucking corner deli and see Ali standing behind the cash register. Ali! Who the fuck is he? Mustafa Ali's now known as Ali. He was the latest WWE superstar to go under the chopping block, as far as names go, shortened by WWE. But then he didn't even try to out his new name on SmackDown Live this week. Dave Meltzer commented about this and the name change on Wrestling Observer Radio, where he proposed why WWE made this change. Apparently Vince McMahon could have just been thinking that his first name was getting in the way of fans supporting him. The fuck does his name have to do with that? You could be Android fucking 7.67980. If you're going to be a great fucking professional wrestler and get me invested in your match, I don't give a fuck what your name is. I don't give a shit if you're coming from the fucking planet Xenon with 6 fucking heads and 3 balls in between your legs. I don't care. I don't care. Entertain me. The logic in this company is fucking befuddling. It's like, someone made a call, says Meltzer. They think Mustafa will keep him from getting over. I don't know if that's legitimately true or Meltzer's just fucking around. Now, the question was asked if Ali's former name was too close to the Mufasa name, that is the Lion King. Are you fucking kidding? Now we're changing names based off villains in The Lion King? Mufasa. Meltzer commented back saying, I don't think Vince knows about The Lion King. Vince is the Lion King. He eats up everything that's good. I think maybe he doesn't like the name Mustafa as a babyface. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Now this guy's got to be known as Ali. Nobody knows why WWE made this decision, but it's certainly interesting to know why they did go in this direction. At least we are able to make this change before putting out any line of merchandise for Ali. Can you imagine that? Now this guy's going to have fucking merchandise with Ali written on it. Ali reacted on social media where he explained that his former name meant, what his former name meant, and said nothing about the name change. He's still fighting for the people. He'll do just fine with a much shorter name now. Mustafa actually means the chosen one, with an emphasis on being chosen from amongst the people. Name or not, nothing has changed. I fight for the people. I am one of them. So clearly, WWE did not want Mustafa to have any type of meaning to the audience of the crowd. They don't want Mustafa to be a chosen one. They would rather him be a corporate fucking puppet that has to operate under a fucking ridiculous name now, just simply known as Ali. Unfucking believable. Why don't we shorten Big E's name even further? Why don't we just call him Big? Or how about Daniel Bryan? Why don't we just name him Dan? Or who else we got? Who else? They already changed Rowan and Harper, right? Who else we got? They shortened Andrade, Ray. Why don't we just go under? Why don't Ray just be known as a fucking mask icon? How about that? You know, Rusev's got a first name and just Rusev. You got Lana. Who else we got? Who else we got? Why don't we just name Orton RKO? We'll just name the RKO. Just call him that. I don't understand these plays. I don't understand this. I really don't understand this fucking shit, man. This is, out of all the fucking, now granted, you know, we got used to a lot of them. We got used to Cesaro, and we got used to, who else is there? We got used to Luke Harper being just Harper and Rowan. See, those things make sense. Alexander Rusev. Rusev sounds better. I'll never get over the Andrade Cien Almas. Andrade. You know, but in time, I'll probably get over that. But this is just ridiculous. Ali? Ali who? Ali who? Ali the professional fucking boxer? Who? Ali down at the fucking the corner store fucking selling 99-cent toys? Who? Ali who? Fucking ridiculous. Has WWE contacted Rob Gronkowski? Who the fuck cares? Who cares? Dave Meltzer opened up about this on Wrestling Observer Radio. Said there hasn't been any communication yet with Rob Gronk, as of yet. However, WWE isn't likely to turn down talks with the former New England Patriot. Meltzer says, and I quote, I haven't heard anything, but I'm sure it's been talked about. Yeah, it's only natural. If Gronk wants to do it, he'll do it. It's not like they're not gonna take him if he wants to wrestle. If he's interested and if there's communication, if he wants to do it, he'll do it for sure. It's good publicity for them. Of course. Of course. That's all that matters. You know, he got good pub the last time he did it. End quote. It was noted that Gronk coming to WWE might be more newsworthy now than ever since he announced his NFL retirement. There could also be an acting aspiration as far as Gronk goes. But WWE can certainly help with that as well, seeing how they have their own film studio. Yeah, I think Gronk is going to want to do bigger movies than a WWE production. Yeah, a great way to entice someone to come on in. Fuck out of here. Yeah, what are we going to get with Gronk if he comes into the WWE? A pickup of his feud with fucking Jinder Mahal? A tag team with Mojo Rawley? Yeah, sure. Fuck out of here. If Rob Gronkowski is in the WWE, I couldn't give a flying fuck about Rob Gronk. WWE is working hard to ban indie events from Tampa for WrestleMania 36. Yeah, I wonder why. For everybody that said, whoa, WWE moved the TakeOver show to Friday so you could attend the NXT and the New Japan show. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because WWE is one with the fans, right? Fuck out of here. WWE is looking to ban any events at a major venue in Tampa. Why? Because G1 Supercard, Ring of Honor New Japan is taking place at MSG. They're stepping on the toes of WWE in their hometown for WrestleMania weekend. That's why they're now doing this. They're looking to ban indie events from Tampa Bay next year. Mike Johnson says this might work if they have the right political pull. Now, WWE's been contacting buildings all around the Tampa area in an attempt to keep other companies out of the immediate area. He says this, I can tell you from someone I know very well in the Tampa Bay area who's already well immersed on some of the things that are going down there for WrestleMania 36 in 2020. The WWE is already on the move to block WrestleCon and independent wrestling events from running major buildings that are state-owned and that are major chains that they've got agreements to keep WWE exclusive to the weekend. End quote. WWE wants to elbow out the competition for WrestleMania 36. It seems that the G1 Supercard show in Madison Square Garden might have been the last straw. If anything, WWE wants to be the only game in town now more than ever. This won't stop the indies and other companies from running events in Florida. They just might have to shoot a little bit farther away from Tampa than they would have previously liked. In the end, WWE might do nothing. It's not going to do anything for WWE's public relationship with their fans who enjoy everything that goes around during WrestleMania week, including the indie events. So this actually might backfire on WWE if they continue to be spoiled, rotten brats. Oh, you can't come here. We are going to be in town that weekend. You can't wrestle at this venue because we're WWE. Fuck it. We might not have anything going on there, but you can't come in because we're here. You know? What type of mentality is that? Yeah, but the WWE is really for the fans, though, right? For all the fucking idiots out there. Well, yeah, the reason why they moved TakeOver to Friday was to let you, the fans, attend both shows. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't understand the logic of people. These are the same people that told you that you were going to be in control of Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is now in your control. Yet we're seeing Lashley and Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw. Fuck out of here, man. This is WWE just merely thinking, well, there's nothing we could do about it this year, but next year, go fuck yourself. That's what they're thinking. Yeah, but they're not worried about any other promotion during WrestleMania weekend, right? Sure. Unbelievable. I hope that backfires and blows up in their face. I really do. Finally, guys, we're going to get out of here. I mentioned that I would like a ladder match at WrestleMania. I would love a ladder match, preferably for the United States Championship. You could do Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, Andrade, R-Truth. You could put Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev in there. Whomever. I think that would have been the one match that would have really made a lot of impact on the undercard. Everybody loves a good ladder match, especially with guys like that. But WWE had an interesting option for a ladder match that they actually declined this year. Now, Sean Ross Sapp had a recent Q&A on Fightful Select that WWE approached the idea of having a ladder match this year, but it was quickly discarded. Their reason for this was also kind of curious. Sean Ross Sapp says, and I quote, I know a ladder match was pitched for the women's match, and it was quickly shot down. I don't know, but that could end up changing. Nothing's going to change. There's no ladder match at WrestleMania. I was told this week that they consider a ladder match too much of a mess, and I'm thinking, what? Why? They need one. End quote. Apparently, as popular as they are with the WWE fans, WWE is not looking to add a ladder match to this year's WrestleMania event. You never know if things could change because there are still some people pulling to see one happen. We will just have to wait and see if they get their way, but right now it does not seem likely. Now, the only reason why I don't think there is a ladder match at WrestleMania has nothing to do with the overall grand scheme that is WrestleMania. I honestly think if they do a ladder match, it would be beneficial to certain titles, but I think the only reason why there is not going to be a ladder match is because right in the next month. Money in the Bank is in May instead of happening in June. So normally it's in that June-July month time frame. WWE moved it up for whatever reason to happen in May. I don't really understand that. So I'm thinking that maybe WWE doesn't want to have back-to-back major shows to just have a ladder match featured as one of its main matches. I don't know. Maybe, it never stopped them in the past. It really never stopped them in the past for doing overwhelming ladder matches. Some ladder match would take place at TakeOver, and then a ladder match would happen the next night at WrestleMania. Who gives a shit? If it makes sense, it makes sense. And normally, I know I've always been for, the lack of these fucking fatal four-ways. I wish we would see fucking less of these fatal four-ways, triple threat matches at WrestleMania. It's ridiculous how WWE just wants to add so much to a certain match to get everybody on the fucking card. Honestly, a six-man ladder match for the United States title would have been the one thing I would have been okay with. Because now we're looking at Andrade not even being on the fucking show. That would have made much sense after his feud with Rey, and then obviously him going back and forth with Rey for the United States title with R-Truth. It would have made sense. But now we got no ladder match, and WWE is, right now, of the interest of not having one. They're a mess. They have one every fucking year. It's a mess, though. Fuck out of here. WrestleMania is a fucking mess. Not the ladder match. WrestleMania is a fucking mess. I'm getting out of here, man. Thank you guys so very much for all your support. You guys know the deal, man. Bonfire.com. Right now, JD's Elite. Down in the description of this very video. Go and get yours today. Harrys.com/script for your free trial. $13 value set. Harrys.com/script. Audibletrial.com/off-the-script for your free audio book. Follow me on social media, man, at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Also, you guys know the deal, man. Hooters. 155 West 33rd Street, New York City, across from Madison Square Garden. Friday, April 5th, 1 to 4 p.m. The official off-the-script meet and greet. JDfromNY.com. Go and get your sign-ups for the newsletter right there on JDfromNY.com. And if you guys missed anything this week, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and off-the-script for Friday, everything you need is linked in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of your screen. I will be back on Sunday with more news and rumors right here on Off the Script. We got possible news of a New Day breakup at WrestleMania. Also, we will be talking about the original plans for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35. And Triple H says Vince McMahon does not care about NXT storylines when calling someone up to the main roster. Well, if you don't say. Awesome. We'll go over that plus so much more. Revival also still looking to leave for AEW. Not surprised by that. Part 3, Sunday, Off the Script 267. Thank you guys so very much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you right back here on Sunday for more Off the Script. I'll talk to you guys later.